Om Shanti, this is Sakar Murli of 5th August 2025. Morning Murli Baptada Madhuban. Essence, sweet children, the Father has to come to change this brother into the temple of the Shiva. Your duty is to give God's message even to prospects and to benefit them. Question: which children cause themselves a great loss? Answer: those who miss a murli, the study, due to any reasons, cause themselves a great loss. Some children slug with one another and stop coming to the class. They make one excuse or another and remain asleep at home. By doing this, they only cause themselves a loss, because Baba shares once and or another new point every day. If you don't hear it, how could you put it into a practice? Om Shanti, sweetest spiritual children, even through Maya makes you forget. You do not that you are now making effort to become the master of the world. Maya makes some of you forget this for the whole day. They don't even remember the Father so that they would experience that happiness. They even forget that God is teaching them. By forgetting this, they are also unable to do service. Last night, Baba explains that you have to serve prospects, the most degraded ones of all, inform the prospects that they can become emperors of the world of heaven by imbibing the Father's knowledge. The wealthy can't become that. Those who are educated and know everything can arrange for them to receive this knowledge. The poor things will then be very happy, because those women are also weak. You can explain to them. The fathers continue to explain many methods. Tell them you were the highest of all, have now become the lowest of all. It is because of your name that Bharat has become the brother. You can once again go to the temple of Shiva by making this effort. You now perform such dirty actions just for money. Now stop doing that. By explaining to them in this way, they will become very happy. No one can stop you, because this is something good. God belongs to the pure. They do such dirty works for money. That is like a business for them. You children said that you will now create ways to make service expand. Some children slunk because of something or other and stop studying. They don't realize that if they don't study, they cause a loss for themselves. They slunk and say so and so said this and that, and they stop coming. They hardly come, and once a week. Baba gives a different advice in each murli every day. You must listen to those murlis. It is only when you come to the class that you hear it. There are many who make excuse due to the one reason or another. Just go back to sleep. Okay, today I wouldn't go to the class. However, Baba speaks very good points. If you do service, you claim a high status. This is a study. There are many scholars who study the scriptures in the Benares Hindu University. When they don't have anything else to do, then they learn the scriptures by heart and start a spiritual gathering. There is no end there. Through this study, everyone's boat can go across. Therefore, you children should serve those who are the most degraded. When wealthy people hear that such women come here, they don't feel like coming here, because they are body conscious. They feel ashamed. Okay, open a separate schools for them. Other studies for the livelihood of the bodies are only the worth of the few pennies, where this study is for 21 births. So many can be benefited. Generally, it is the mothers who ask if they can open a Gita Parshala in their homes. They have a lot of enthusiasm for doing God's service. Men are constantly wandering around in their clubs, etc. For their wealthy, it is heaven here. They continue to follow so much fashion, etc. But look what the natural beauty of the deities is like. There is so much difference. Here you are told the truth, and yet so few come and even those are poor. People quickly go to their other such places. They even go there wearing a lot of makeup, etc. Gurus now even arrange engagements. Here it is only to save someone's that engagement is arranged for her. She can then be a zap for the climbing onto the prayer of the lust and can become a multi-millions time to fortune by sitting on the prey of this knowledge. She tells her parents, "Stop this business of running me and let's all go to the heaven." The parents reply, "What can we do? People and society will get upset with us and say that we are defaming the name of the clan. Not to get married is against the rules of the society." They can't let go of the people's opinions and the codes of the conduct of their clan. On the path of devotions, they say, "Mine is only one and none other." There are also Meera songs. Meera is the number one devotee of the females. Narad has been remembered as the number of the one of the males. There is a story of the Nirad. When a new person asks you whether he can marry Lakshmi, ask him to examine himself to see if he is worthy. Ask him, "You are completely pure, full of all virtues, etc. This world is vicious and impure. The Father has come to remove from it and to purify you. Become a pure and you will then become a worthy enough to marry Lakshmi." Some come to Baba and make a promise, then they go home and indulge in the vice. Baba receives such news. Baba says the Brahman teacher who brings such a people here also be affected. There is the story of the court of the Indra. Those who bring such peoples here are also punished. Baba always tells you teachers not to bring weak ones here, otherwise even your stage will fall, because you are bringing them against the rules. In fact, it is very easy to become a Brahman teacher. You can become that in the 10 to 15 days. Baba shows you very easy ways to explain to anyone. You people of the Bara belonging to the original internal deity region. You were residents of the heaven. You are now residents of the hell. You have to become a resident of the heaven once again. Therefore, renounce the vices. Simply remember the Father, and your sins will be absorbed. It is so easy. However, some don't understand at all. If they themselves don't understand, what would they explain to others? They are a string of the attachment even when someone is in his stage of the retirement. Nowadays, not that many people go into the stage of the retirement, leaving everything and going into the ashrams. They are tamopardha. They remain trapped here. Earlier, there used to be a big ashrams for those who wanted to retire. There ended as many of them nowadays, even when they are 80s to 90s years old. Some don't leave their home. They don't even understand that they have to go beyond sound and that they should now remember God. They don't know who God is. They said that He is omnipresent, so whom would they remember? They don't even realize that they are worshippers. The Father is changing you from the worshippers of to worthy worship, and that too is for 21 births. Therefore, you definitely have to make efforts for this. Baba has explained that this old world has to be destroyed. You now have to go back home. There should be just be this one concern. There is nothing criminal there. The Father comes and inspires you to make preparations for that pure world. He will set the blooming serviceable children in His eyes and take them back with Him. One needs courage to uplift those who are the most degraded. There are big groups working for that government. They are all very well educated and tip-top fashionables. Here many are the poor and ordinary. The Father sits here and uplifts them so much. Your behavior has to be very royal. God is teaching you when someone passes an important examinations in other study, he becomes so tip top. Here the Father is Lord of the poor. It is the poor who send something to our others here. They even send money order of 1 or 2 rupees. The Father says you are so greatly fortunate. You will receive so much in a return. This is nothing new. Observe the drama as detached observer. The Father says, children, study very well. This is the God's yagya, and you can take whatever you want. However, if you take anything here, you receive less there. You are going to receive everything in heaven. Baba needs very active and alert children to do service. Children like Sudesh and Mohini who have a lot of inclinations for doing service. Your names will be glorified a great deal. Then people will give you a lot of respect. Baba continues to give you all directions. Baba tells you children that whenever you have time, stay in a remembrance. When the days of their examinations are coming close, students go and study in a solitude. They even have a private teachers. We have many teachers, but you have to be interested in studying. The Father explains everything so easily. Simply have the faith that each of you is soul. That body is precious, whereas you, that soul is imperishable. You only receive this knowledge once. From the golden age to the end of the iron age, no one can receive it. Only you receive it. Have the frame of the fact that you are souls. We are receiving our inheritance from the Father. Only by having remembrance of the Father will your sins be absorbed. That's all. Even by continuing to repeat this silently to yourself, there can be a lot of benefit. However, you children forget to keep your charts, you get tired of writing. Baba explains this knowledge in such an easy way. I, a soul, was Satapardhan and have now become a Tamapardhan. The Father now says, remember me and you will become a Satapardhan. This is so easy and yet you forget. For as long as you sit here, consider yourselves to be a soul. I, the souls, I am Baba's child. By remembering the Father, you receive the sovereignty of the heaven. By remembering the Father, your sins of the half this cycle will be burned away. Baba is showing you such an easy method. All the children hear this. This Baba also practices himself. This is why he is able to teach you. I am Baba's child and Baba is feeding me. You children too should think in the same way. There is so much benefit in continuing to remember Shiv Baba, but you forget. This is so easy. When you don't have any customers in your business, sit down in the remembrance. I am a soul. I have to remember Baba. Even when you are ill, you can remember Baba. If you are in bondage, then sit there and continue to remember Baba, and you can claim a status even higher than those who have been here for 10 to 20 years. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children. Love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Baptada. The spiritual father says Namaste to you, spiritual children. The spiritual children say Namaste to spiritual father. Essence for dharana, become very alert and active for doing service. Whenever you find time, sit down in a solitude and remember the Father. Be deeply interested in studying, never slink with this study. 2. Let your behavior very royal. We now have to return home. This old world is to be destroyed. Therefore, break all your strings of attachments. Practice staying in the stage of the retirement. Blow in sound. Serve even the most degraded ones to uplift them. Blessings. May you transform the attitudes of the others with your elevated attitudes and become embodiments of the constant success. In order to become an embodiment of the success, perform the task of transforming other attitudes with your own attitude. and their thoughts will your thoughts. Do research on this. When you become busy in doing this service, you will that automatically be taking without many weakness. Now make a plan for this and the number of students will increase. The income will increase a lot more. You will be given buildings total success will be easily achieved. These methods will make you into embodiments of the success. Slogan: continue to use your time in a worthwhile way and you will be safe from being deceived by it. Obvious signal: in order to be an easy yogi, become experienced in a God's love. The Father has so much love for you children that in order to give you a response every day, He writes such a long letter. He gives you love and remembrance and becomes your companions and fulfills the responsibility of the companionships. For this love, surrender all your weakness to Him. Remain merged in God's love in such a way that no limited influence can attract you. Remain constantly lost in unlimited attainments through which the fragrance of spirituality spreads into the atmosphere. Acha, Om Shanti.